Yeah, in a few years' time, there'll probably be 400,000 people that would have witnessed that goal in that moment in the stadium.
Yeah.
Those celebrations, Daniel, did that tell us that Mikel Arteta and everybody knew that was more than just a...
They are for Max Dowman as well. But I think for the team, they knew how difficult it was today. They felt the pressure. They felt like this is a really, really difficult game. The manager would have told them what it's like to play against Everton, as well as them experiencing it over the years. And it was a tough match for them.
Yeah.
You know, it looked like it could have been a draw. It had a draw written all over it. And then a moment of maybe not madness, but, you know, a goal that was from a cross and a deflection, and then boom, you get it almost like a gift. But then this goal is a moment of magic, and it wasn't anticipated or expected. You don't see that. You don't see managers going over right. Well, I mean, they do. They rile up the fans and they get them on side and all of that stuff. But
he's fuming, the set-piece guy, so didn't score from one today.
Yeah. But just keep an eye on Mikel Arteta here, because I think after all the sort of the excitement and the euphoria wears off, he's got something to say. It looked to me when I saw it live to a section of the fans here.
Yeah, it's all right. That's the passion. But we've seen these celebrations before when they've not won the title as well. I mean, they scored a late goal against Bournemouth, and these things happen. So they've still got a long way to go. And you could see today, up until 74 minutes and Max came on, they were struggling. And they have to remember that. This is not going to be an easy season. Every game has been a struggle. Everton were great today. I thought first half, a couple of really good moments. If they had scored that first goal, Raya made an unbelievable save down this side here. That goes in, everything changes. But they have a little bit of luck, and obviously a good substitutions. You're bringing on players at the right time, brave enough to bring on that young man, and obviously everything changes. You get those vital 3 points. And
sometimes there is a point of the season that you do look back and reflect on a moment that can change things, that swings things in your way, in your favour, Daniel.
Yeah, and this young man here changed the game completely. The reflection of it, he came on with a confidence that maybe we haven't seen. We haven't seen this from a player of his age in a very, very long time. The abilities that he showed tonight on display was brilliant. He brought his teammates on the ball. He was getting into pockets, drifting past players and making things happen. And that's what you're supposed to do coming off the bench. It's easy to say it, but to go and do it is a very, very difficult thing.
This was the only surprise for me, that didn't go in the top corner.
And the thing is, right,
we've seen him do it so many times.
And the thing is, right, is to even have that thought about a 16-year-old shows the level of quality that we know he possesses.
Yeah, this is wild. This is genuinely wild. That header, then the strength, get off, touch, right foot, and then he's off.
That's the importance of doing those. You know when you go through the cones and you do the weaker foot, you do the right foot and the left foot? That's why when you train as a kid, it's important to do both feet. Yeah. Cool, I'm left-footed, I'm gonna go ahead and do my left foot through the cones. That's why when you do the cones, you go through with your right foot, you time yourself. I used to do that when I was a kid, you time yourself.
Yeah. Is that nature or nurture?
I think it's a bit of both. I think he's got abilities that he's trained on, and he can see he loves the game and he plays with a smile on his face. And I think you have to work on it. You get, abilities from above, and then it's, and now I got to work on them. Now
there's the whole family sharing in that moment.
Yeah, look, his dad there, he's so proud. There's his mum. Oh, incredible for them. What a
amazing night. Amazing night.
But it is funny with all a lot of players that sort of possess that, I would say, that difference. They have that left foot, that can just drift past people and they make it look so effortless. And he possesses that. The game is naturally so easy for him. Has such great balance, size, and you can just see it there. I mean, it will be an amazing moment for all of his family, and he'll never forget it.
Yeah, but not every young star that shines brightly goes on to have an amazing career. That's just a fact, unfortunately. What is it going to have to take from Max Dowman to go on and have the career that his talent is sort of saying that he could have?
I mean, continue doing what he's doing. It seems like he's got a very supportive family who's in the box. The club are supporting him very well in terms of his development. As long as he keeps his head on his shoulders, which, as you can see, the players love him. They're keeping him on side. He's got older, more senior English players in the dressing room that will nurture him, his personality, keep him in check. And I think players like him with the talent that he's got deserve the respect and the understanding that it's going to take time. We know he can do these moments, and it's going to take time for him to, I suppose, get into the team. But look, we can never doubt the quality this player's got.
I think that's such a good point, Dan, and I think almost the senior players have a duty of care as well. I look back to my career when I first signed for Liverpool, and John Barnes was so influential on bringing me through. I was a 17-year-old young man that had just got into the first team. He helped me so much. I remember when Gerrard come through, I felt that I had to almost do what John had done for me and tried to help him. And not that he needed a lot, because he was such a great player. But I look at him and I look at, OK, where's your senior players, your role models? I think Declan Rice. It was good for Declan Rice. Mark Noble. Mark Noble took Declan Rice under his wing. Yep. People like Odegaard. Although they're a threat, which they inevitably are going to be, and Bukayo Saka, he'll be looking over his shoulder going, wow, this young man's going to be incredible. You still... It's part of the football hierarchy. Do the right thing. Help him. Make sure he keeps his feet on the ground. Don't get too excited, because everyone now, his life has just changed tonight. It was always going to change, but tonight is the night where everything's going to be different. He walks into restaurants, he's going to get the best table.
He's not allowed in yet, really, surely.
Everything is going to be... People are going to just make such a fuss of that young man because they want to be part of him. Who are your mates? Who are the people you've got to make sure that, I don't need those people in my life. All these things, his mum and dad are lovely people. They're going to have a real... have to take control on that.
Keep the circle small.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that job's just got harder as well, though, hasn't it?
Absolutely. But the club do really well in nurturing young players, but they've got to make sure they get it right. And he's going to need a lot of support, but I've got no doubt he'll have it. And first of all, a great moment for everybody.
And, of course, Manchester City are about to kick off any second now against West Ham United. That news will have come through to their dressing room, surely, won't it, as well?
100%, yeah. And it wouldn't change anything for them psychologically. They know they've now got to win. But
they would have been getting a little bit excited, though, wouldn't they? Because it was the 89th
minute.
Yeah,
of course they would have. Thinking, oh, boys, listen, man, we go out there today. You know what I mean? We get the job done. It's gonna. But now it's like, OK, business as usual. We got to go out here. We got to win. We have to. And they're going to feel a little bit more added pressure if West Ham can keep them, 0-0, 70 minutes or whatever it may be. They'll have the same feelings and the sentiments that Arsenal had. And then moments of magic at the end have to be the difference.
Of course, it's in Arsenal's hands. So they should probably be our focus, first of all. And, of course, they're still juggling 4 competitions. And it's Champions League this week and then the crucial Carabao Cup final next weekend, and then after the international break they return with FA Cup action, and then we're into the serious business of the Premier League again at this point. 3 of the next 4 are at home: Bournemouth, Newcastle and Fulham, sandwiched with that fascinating game at the Etihad on April the 19th. Could that be significant, that Arsenal have got 3 of their next 4 at home, given the atmosphere there this evening, given the joy and the euphoria that was around the place, maybe taking away a little bit of that tension in the process?
Yeah, and no game's easy. We know that for a fact, right? But now that they've won that game today, I think it even elevates their belief even higher. Because this was a game that, again, the anticipation would have been a draw. Now they know, listen, boys, we can do this. We can have those moments of magic. Remember back in the days you watch Manchester United and you see last-minute goals and you think, oh, it's inevitable. I wouldn't say I had that feeling with Arsenal even today. But when you see Max Dowman come on and you see him have a moment of magic, you go, you know what? They're showing that grit, they're showing that title-winning mentality. And you can't doubt them now. They can go all the way as long as they keep doing this. These are the nights that feel special. These are the nights that make champions.
Do you know who I think is going to deserve a medal at the end of this season? I think the Arsenal fans deserve a medal, because they have been put through the ringer at home, particularly, I think, Jamie, for a lot of this season as well. They haven't done it easily, have they?
No, they haven't. That's the emotion of not winning a title, and they want it so badly. And people could say, oh, you have to stay calm. Don't get onto the players. But it's natural. You paid your money. You want this so badly. You've not won it for many, many years. Like the Invincibles, the last time they won it. If
22 years, yeah.
If they'd have said at that time that you won't win a league for 22 years, no one would have believed you. But this is the case. And I think it's credit to what Mikel Arteta has done. He's got them into this position right now. It's, I think this is the best out of all the others. This feels like it, because I just don't think Manchester City are as strong as what they have been previously. But they are going to make them work hard. There is no foregone conclusion just yet, but they are in a fantastic position.
How old was Max Dowman? Was Theo Walcott, by the way, when he went to the World Cup?
Go on.
17.
Was he?
Yeah, and he hadn't played a lot for Arsenal. At that point. Yeah. Let's see. Wouldn't be the craziest thing.